G'day everyone, my name's Justin Tippett. I'm the CEO of CX Skills and I'm joined by Saul from the Real Leadership Company, and we're here today to talk to you about the course that you're looking at, Leadership Fundamentals. Welcome, Saul.
Hi, Justin. How are you?
Mate, I'm really good. So tell us about this course, because we know that there is a really good link between having great relationships and high performance teams, and I guess that's the gist of this program. So for those that are considering the course, what can we tell them?
Yeah, thanks. The the traditional way that we teach leadership is about, how to manage people and how to do performance reviews and a lot of things that are quite formal and static, things that maybe focus more on output than they do relationship. But in every great team, no matter whether it's a sporting team, whether it's a work team, any type of team, that the common link in a high performing team is great relationships. Doesn't mean everyone loves everyone. Everyone has to hang out with everyone every minute of the day, but it does mean that people have very effective and functioning relationships that are based on a couple of very simple philosophies, namely rapport and trust. What we're going to do in this program is take people through how to do these things. So how to build rapport, how to build trust, how to build great relationships, how to communicate well, how to manage performance, lots of different aspects of the fundamentals of leadership that we're going to teach. And we're going to do it in a way where we're going to use lots of language hooks, lots of tips and tricks, and it's highly practical. So after each workshop, you walk away with some specific tools that you can use immediately and that you'll see effects from really quickly. They're also highly effective tools, whether it's in a remote environment or face-to-face. So people can get benefit from it no matter what their working environment is and whether they're in a remote scenario or in a face-to-face scenario. As we know, lots of people are in different scenarios in this 2020, 2021 world we're in.
Absolutely. Now, I know the course itself, we've got 6 modules that we're going with, and we've decided to do this over 6 weeks. So it's basically two-hour workshops on a Tuesday and a Friday. What was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, there's a couple of the first bit of theory is learning theory, that humans are designed to take information in bite size. So if we think about television, that's 7 minutes, a couple of minutes of ads. That works really well for our brains. Some people know when they get into a movie, they drift off a little bit. They struggle a little bit more to hold that concentration for the full 2 hours. So, 70 minutes for a lot of movies these days. And the whole reason for shorter movies is that whole idea that our attention span is actually getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So we play to that rather than putting you in a course for a day, especially remotely. Really difficult to sit in a room for a day and concentrate and learn. Even half a day can be a really long challenge. So what we try to do is break our learning up into a couple of bites. So each workshop is done 2 hours on a Tuesday, 2 hours on a Friday. The extra bonus for that is also we give you some of the concepts on a Tuesday, which gives you the chance to apply them during Wednesday and Thursday back in the office. Because you get a chance to apply them when we come together on Friday, you've already started to use the tools and you've got your own pieces of feedback and understanding about how they can work for you. So it's very, very practical to split the learning up in this way. Also, six workshops is an opportunity for us to spend a period of 6 weeks together. We won't only talk about what we talk about in workshop one. We'll talk about it all the way through the program. So because we're building, incrementally on our knowledge, on our leadership skills, as it were, we will make sure that by touching back, we're refreshing what we've already learned. You're going to keep using these tools over and over. So you won't walk away after 6 weeks and just remember the last 2 weeks. The first 4 weeks of tools will be strongly embedded, probably even more so because we will have had 6 weeks to work with them. So a fair bit of learning theory goes to the structure that we're going with. So when you see those massive long courses, it can be a little bit of a challenge always to take the learning into that sort of breaking it up.
Yep, no, that makes perfect sense. And as you said, I think in the online learning environment that we're in, the just maximum of 2 hours in each session is perfect. It enables you to sort of still get a bit of work done because unfortunately we've still got to stay on top of things, but it also enables you to really focus on getting some learnings. Now you touched on
I think this is the high performance part as well. Sorry, Justin, but the high performance part there is also the fact that by doing it in the middle of the day, we're not interrupting your workday. So your workday has a chance to be set up. You'll work your whole AM, and even when you finish, you've still got a couple of hours left in the working day. So you should be able to fit these workshops into your working day without them, overtaking everything else that you wanted to achieve in the day.
Yeah, and it's a good point. And for those considering the course, what we do have is publicly available courses, which means the dates and times you can schedule in advance. You can see them on the website right now. If you look up the next upcoming course, you'll see the exact dates and times for every session. But this course can also be done privately. So for a lot of companies that want flexibility over that date and time, or they want to take their whole leadership group through it, that's what the private training sessions are for. So if you've just got a couple of small numbers, or you want to get the benefits of mixing with others, which is what happens in our public course, we've got that, and of course we've got the private options as well. Now, Saul, you mentioned it's all about building relationships and having the right conversations and building trust, but there's some other modules there as I'm looking through the course, which are more sort of focused on there we go there. So building relationships, having the right conversation, you got motivating the team, because we know it can be really hard keeping motivation levels going. But also just planning and prioritizing, right? Because I love the way you've just put in brackets, just getting stuff done, because it seems like we're always up against it. And then how do you fit that in with, with actually your teams, etc. Running great meetings, changing leadership through clear comms. So it really does cover off a lot of things. So who's this course sort of best pitch for, do you think?
Yeah, it's a great question. The challenge with leadership is that so many people step into the role ill-equipped. They might be extremely experienced in their individual contributor roles, but they haven't had that experience of leadership. So they feel that they're quite senior. They step into a leadership role and still feel that they're quite senior, but then quite quickly feel out of their depth because they're used to doing the do. They're not so used to leading the team to do the do. And that's where pretty much every leader can benefit from these concepts. If you're a strong leader who's achieving a lot, then you want to bring some of the people that you're grooming, that you're bringing through. You want them to do this course so that you've got some common language. If you're leading a wide team of people, or if you've got peers, and as a peer group, you're all struggling, or you've got common challenges, this is a great course to give you some common tools to lead your team. So it really doesn't matter whether you're in role, whether you're an emerging leader, whether you're new to the leadership role, or whether you're an experienced leader, whether you're leading a leadership team, whether you're running a small company on your own and you're the leader of that company, these tools apply. They're all about relationships, and the relationship part is completely common across all leaders in all industries.
Yeah, it's a great point. And while we, at CX Skills, we specialise predominantly in contact centres and customer experience, but we are now more broadly getting into, just general management, because the skills that you learn in this course can apply across any industry type, not just, sitting in a contact centre or running a customer service department, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the joy of leadership, is that it's a highly transferable skill. So if you're a great contact center leader, you're going to be a great leader in other fields as well. And I think it's a skill that many people lack, but those that are in the role lack them. So if you can develop your leadership skills as a career path, it really does help you.
Yeah, it's a great point. Now, of course, you've got some pretty cracking testimonials there, Saul, on the website that we've put there for people. So it's obviously something that resonates really well with people, because I know a big part of it for you is not just the teaching and the learnings, but it's also the building that, again, practicing what you're preaching and building those great relationships, which is why you're probably getting such amazing testimonials as well.
Yeah, it's the relationships are definitely, for me, that's what makes it such an enjoyable role. I feel I'm extremely fortunate to be in this leadership space, because I get to watch people become better versions of themselves. I get to see the aha moments, and I get to see people achieve some great things through their people as leaders. So it's incredibly rewarding, and the testimonials that are there are just I'm extremely grateful to all the people who I've worked with, because they've got a lot out of it, but they only get a lot out of it because they've committed to programs really wholeheartedly and seen their coach as a person who can improve their performance. So extremely grateful for each of those testimonials, but I'm also really appreciative of the environments that I've been working in, because there's been some really great leaders who've allowed me to really work with their teams, and that's what's brought us through to some great results. Because where your leadership's outsourced, that's where you don't get a great result. Where you're highly engaged in helping to develop your leaders with a coach is where you get a really good result, which is what's happened here.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, look, it's a very, very exciting course. I'm really looking forward to getting some more feedback as people go through this course. So if you are interested in the course, of course, you can book and do that straight away. But if you've got any more questions, please just send us a message or give us a call at CX Skills. We're happy to help and answer any questions you've got. We have been running this program for a while. Well, we've just joined it on CX Skills. It's something that Saul's been doing for a number of years. And so we're just very excited that it's now part of and Saul is part of the CX Skills skills family. So thank you very much for joining us. And as I said, if you've got any more questions at all, you'll notice our contact details are on pretty much every page of the website. So thanks for joining us, and really looking forward to the next course.
Thanks heaps, Justin. Yeah, can't wait.
Bye for now.